Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My notebooks downstairs with my drawing notes. They're mostly just stick figures. Okay. Now I have everything I should need. Okay. Alright. Well then, let us get door close. Let's try it. Must have made a mistake. Okay. So, today I am missing my OBS dock. Oops. Multi-view window. Resize. Maybe pretty small, which is nice. Always on top. Always visible in the workspace. And put it in the right spot. Alright. There we go. Okay. So, what was I doing last time? Today I know I did not want to do that. No. There we go. I thought I put always on top. Gosh darn it. Always on top. Okay. So today, any bugs that I really need to deal with. Holding attacks. I don't believe I defined anything else. Some combo UI would be helpful. Wait, why did this break? It is not hitting it? Pardon? Wait, what? That is very strange. I'm sorry. Everything it hit there, that's normal. This can be hit normally as well. So my attack is just not working? I'm going to restart video. See if that fixes it first, because that's a very strange problem. I really don't think I changed anything that should break it that way. Okay, that is really, really weird. Hurtbox has the normal things. Hitbox has its data. Collision 2. Hurtbox, hitbox, math. S. Layer, which is not what I'm trying to. All around. There. Okay. Weird. Distancing. What could that be? Why the hell is it not working? I mean, that flashing is weird. One thing I did change was the frame, which might be why I didn't have this before. Right. Yep, it was that line. Okay, I really don't know why that is the case, but alright. So we got a dab. Um, I'd like the input to be eaten in a way, but I don't really know how to do that without it repeating itself once. Actually, isn't it just change the input move list from being light punch to light punch plus the neutral input before? So input manager, script, go up to the move list, extension, click on move list, go to specials, grounded right, that's heavy punch, let me go here. I have it connected to hit light kick, attack, light punch buttons. Okay. For neutral, it would make sense. For forward and back, maybe it makes sense to have like no input in that. But no, that changing the actual inputs doesn't do anything. So, no, actually, I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, it's probably not more to it. I should also comment that I have put a forward heavy added. That's not. Which I don't think is needed, though. Because I can hold forward and press light punch regardless. My inputs would be saying that, so I mean, I could, but I don't need it. But it wasn't like that before. Anyways. Alright, next up is, let's make more attacks. So, Agent Player 2D. I'm gonna be having a similar naming scheme to this because I don't actually know yet how I want to name my buttons or what the button layout is going to be called or whatever. But I'm thinking for 2 attack buttons, jump, and block button all on the 4 buttons on the right side of the controller. So for Xbox, jump would be A, which is standard for most games that have jump. B I would put for block because on Xbox that makes sense, but it doesn't actually mean that because it's more so just on the right, and usually attack buttons are diagonal from each other um, for like the first for like A, B, C type attacks in anime fighters. Okay, so just copy this name. Let's button jab. Let's make a new attack. Rename it. Up button. Just Y. It's also labeled heavy punch. Right. Also, my input layout is actually not set up for this way right now. It's set up for X to really do nothing. But yeah. So I'll put this name and then change the product settings for app. Up down, light punch, hit, joypad, Xbox X. Oh my god, this is so hard to look at. All of these. Heavy punch, edit, joypad, Xbox Y. So 2, 3, X, Y, light punch, heavy punch. Yep. Light kick is currently defined as circle. I'll define this as... I'm not sure actually if it is defined as jump. Maybe I'll leave it like that so that it's a zigzag for now. Because I do want 0 to be jump. Um, and this is a trigger, so bumpers or triggers. Okay, that is good. So now, X is light kick, Y is heavy, or sorry, X is light punch, Y is heavy punch, D is light kick, and then right trigger, I believe, is heavy kick as well. A is jump, but A will also be used for other things, which may require replacing light punch or something with a different value or name. But alright, okay, so attack. This is not going to be a jab, this is going to be, I'm going to call it fierce, because I hear that a lot from strong, because I can't spell fierce. Up button strong. And then brackets wide to help me identify it. Alright, so then let's add our 3 frames, fix their names, add the attack frame. I want to add just a simple hitbox and hurt box, and then make them big with their respective boxes as well. Okay. And I will hide the X attack and the special attack for myself to move. And while I'm at it, I could record this, or I could just grab it off of the value. Let me reveal this so I can have a reference for the attack. Yoink. Double the size? What's the special look like in comparison? About the same size, but could fall out. Alright, this, I think the height is a little weird. I definitely think it should be around as big. Hitbox, maybe a little bigger than the hard box, the feedback box. Um, but yeah, that's fairly reasonable. Let's put them on the same bottom axes. Gosh darn it. I was trying to align with something that I don't want to align with. Yeah, align that line. This slightly less. There we go. Okay. Additionally, I think this is the type of attack I would actually want between add element, empty animation resource. Probably not much for the smoothing curves, so we'll just put curve, curve, and I believe that's linear. I think that's normal. We'll see. Time in frames is set to 30 by default, but that's not really what's going to happen. I'd like just basically a step. So that would mean an attack that's moving a bit. Let me get a ruler. Ruler from here to here. 15, sure. Let's go 15 pixels in time and frames. How many frames do I want this animation to be? It should match the tack length. So let's decide on startup and end. Repeat this frame. How many times would make sense? If chab is about 4, then this should be 6 to 8. So let's put 8 for startup. For attack, the active frames can be the same at 4. We'll just have 4 for the main active frames, and the recovery should be 20, I think. And then if we fix names, you should see that. This thing. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay. I should reorder the buttons. So like add and then fix, add, fix. Because this is not, this should be add, fix. Frames. Remove the buttons. Add, fix, save, add, fix. Okay. Oh, it's add one of the 3 options and then fix. That's what that was before. Reset this in next. And this. Fix names. Fix names. Okay. Above the toggle visible. So 9, 10, mechanics, 15. All right. I think my brain is thinking like this should be 3. This should be 3 as well. This should be 7 from what I want it to be, so that the numbers line up with what's in my head. Same with this stuff. Okay, if the special move is 15 frames of recovery, which is a quarter of a second, at 30, 60 frames, this is active for 3. This has 8 frames, 15 for the special, and then this one should have 20? No, I think this would make more sense to be 15, and then the special to be 20 frames. 19 here. Um, yeah, 6 days. 6 names. I should have a fix all names button somewhere. Okay. Okay. Cool. Maybe the numbers are off here. 7 here. Startup. 3 here. 115 there. Okay. Twenty-eight frame attack. I should probably use some kind of reference for like frame data stuff. So, hitbox, hurtbox. The animation exists. It has a size 1. It has an animation of 15 frames, and it's on this realm. Stun type is not defined, nor is any of the other attack stuff. Right. Yes, that makes sense. Attack data. So let me start making and saving some resources, actually. Clear stuff, create new folder, resources, or would it be resources, or would it be, I need attack data and animation data resources, so attack resources, which would be attack data and animation data. And I'm just going to call it resources then. Okay, and then in here, we would put in and save probably the jab. I think I'm okay with the jab right now. So, combo attacks is fine. Or would I save the jab as its own subscene? You know what? Sure. And now I'd have to go to the scene to actually see all the information in it, which is fine by me. I will rename this to attacks. And inside we have the attack that has its animation stuff, which this one has none. The frame data that's defined, the attack, hitbox, hurtbox, etc., etc. Cool. Alright, so when an attack is done, set it as a resource, I guess. Also bringing this to agent. If that's true. Oh, let's do that. Save. Once again, I did not finish the last attack, especially on the attack data for the hitbox. It's nice that it tells me exactly what one it is as well. So I need to go there and click, etc. Stun type basic, hit mid, stun duration on block. This should be plus, and it has 28 frames, so let's go with 20. Let's just go with 30 frames. Walk back distance, 15. Hit stun duration should be very plus or cancelable at least. So let's go with plus 8. 38 minus 2 is 36. Should it be defined in like plus mode or hit stun duration? Because if I hit a duration and then that duration is changed, I, and I try to read the duration value here to calculate the stun amount, then I would just be presenting wrong information. So I'm not sure about that. If I have it as like, okay, I want this attack to be plus this much for this specific frame hit, normally, it would take, I would have to take the information of all of the frame data, mm, I don't like having to read how many frames there are from one of the attacks. I could just have it as like per frame, or I guess I could calculate after the fact how many frames it took for startup and stun and all that shenanigans in the UI. Hit back distance vector. Let's go with 50 and 0 on the line. Hit stop frames. Let's go with 7 damage. 1,000. Stun away. Yeah. Alright. Now I have a second attack. But Isn't this only called if there is an attack? Hold on. So there's just not an attack to find there. Restart stop. And this isn't connected to anything. Let me assign it, which is probably why the input didn't work. Does that fix it, or is it still broken? That's fine. This is not fine. Why is kick or light punch not working? Why is it considering itself a null instance? But it's a defined thing. Is it because it's a tool script thing that causes a problem? So for child and get child to attack. Okay. But wait, shouldn't this run when ready happens, so that should fix it? But why did it not fix on like kick? Or is it only on hit? No, it's on press. But this has it defined. Let me redefine it. Still breaks. Delete it. Instantiate the scene. Pressing it breaks immediately. I kind of really want it to save well like this. Or be able to be saved like this. So the object is defined as null, which is a problem. If I restart, Godot, does it fix it? Is when is the ready function called on a tool script? Right now, still crashes. Hmm. Why? Why is this considered null? not a normal thing. That doesn't make any sense. The attack as a scene does exist. If I add another one and connect it to something else, does that one also just not work? Which is what I tried in the first place, essentially. Yeah. So then what could be the issue? And why does it break? Is it because I'm working with tool scripts? Can't function on no instance and no instance. Instance. The hit exceptions work because that's a property of this class. This thing. If I go to attack.reset and just go like see which one of these is it. No, it's not any of these. It's the thing doesn't exist. Why is it seen as it doesn't exist? It's got the script. This is a question for Claude. General query. Is that right? Yeah, general inquiry. Okay. I need to see a tool. I need with a tool script. What could be the problem? Causing this to be seen as. Oh, also check my attacks functions for making for when I add an attack, add a frame. I know it's the attack manager script, please and thank you. Add attack button, go down, add new attack, add child. Attack dot honor equals this. Mm. Where's all this information printed from? It says 0 command normals, 6 neutral normals, 8 total attacks, which I think is pretty false. These numbers are just wrong. I don't. This is in the lowest script. I really don't know how it's getting that, but alright. Maybe because they were assigned one time and whatnot. Okay. So then, is it because of the attack manager, when it adds an attack, does some shenanigans to make it a child? Then is this considered not a child? Print get underscore children. Left button jab. Okay. Special one. Up. Okay. If not that. Right. Let's continue attack. What are our item properties? Fun manager, attack buttons, hit exceptions, current attack, this attack, and then the signal. Instances, no. The tree has one node that is the okay. I need to explain this to it. The tree has a node with a child as child that is a scene that was made when I set that was made using set branch as scene. But if it's reading it as a child, why is it dying? Specifically on press. That's if current attack. Wait, then what's the output look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Frame mode. Button press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I see the problem now. The combo attacks dictionary has a value, but is not assigned. Which should be assigned in the damn scene, so why the hell is that not assigned in the scene? Assign this in the scene, please, and thank you. Run it. Found the problem. There we go. And it's not noticeable except with frame by frame mode because you actually press the button for longer than one frame. This is why frame by frame mode is so helpful. We didn't even need AI. Yeah, okay. So that's a common error. In that case, I want to make a new push error for that specific scenario. So then I go to the attack. And I would assume it's in the ready. That would make the most sense, right? There's my ready function. There it is. Okay. In the ready, at push, or push error. Okay, so I need to do a conditional statement. If space combo attacks dictionary dot get key dot I need my dictionary. Just go to this. Okay, dictionary. Yada yada. Key default. Okay, key default. Get or add erase find key. Yada yada yada. key has key, keys is empty. Returns true if the dictionary is empty. Its size is 0, so also size. It's typed value. Values. Turns the list of values in this dictionary. Okay. And it's an array. So for value in values. Auto tag. For value in values, comma, if value equals null, push error. If value equals null, push error. Let's set that type null. Clear. Push error. And then in here we will say a combo attack is defined, but it doesn't have an attack assigned. And then let's just test that. Run it. Do break? No. Why? Breaks on reset, not on the thing. But it's not assigned. No. The value is null. Mm-hmm. That's a value, but why is it? Oh, maybe because it's in there. Let me put it in process then. What? No, okay. Stop. Why am I unable to get the error? Wait a second. No. Well, we got the error. And we only got it when it was running, but it's not freezing or stopping the engine. Unlike my attack data. Hmm? Okay, I don't know really other versions. Wait, but if push error is working, why is it not working on push error? Yeah, because it's a data thing that it's able to freeze it, or what is it? Like, oh, recent ready. Put it back here because it makes sense for it to be here. Um, more space, and then let me add the plus. Still that name? Color attack is defined, but does not have an attack assigned for this. And seeing this property, you should be able to ideally go here, set the thing, and since I unset it here, you know, that's how it is. And then for this one, you can go damage unassigned in frame 17 to 20 of attack, and then attack name. I think the arrows are helpful. Um, since it's at least defined, and you go to the frame, and then you go to the hitbox, and you change the value. Okay. Let's see if I even made the attack, because I don't even remember if I tested it properly. Boom, bam, boom, bam. You can hit twice with the attack, but I don't remember if I made it so that they're stunned. Oh, they are stunned the entire time. Okay, so you can link it into itself. Sure. I did not say that it was special cancelable, so let me know what frames. Again, the frame it hits on, so +1, and then to the end frame. And this is the wrong frame number. It should be... No, actually, let's just make it 12. Sure. And then that means that this is a little bit more spammable. Or, no, it's... I can't see it because the hitbox is depleted. Yeah. Yeah. And that seems canceled. So I got the easiest thing to do on PC. Yeah. So canceled on 17, comes out, hits the attack of it at some point, and I don't remember what frame. Alright. But, yeah. Okay. So that is light, strong, completely imbalanced, of course. But those are technically made. Turn that into their own scenes. Save branch as scene, attacks. Save. Save branch as scene. Save. And now the tree looks nicer. And then you can go and edit the scene himself rather than having to go through and doing it the way I think. Okay. This character creator stuff is maybe not as interesting, I guess. Wait, the player isn't moving. God damn it. Did doing that unassign it? Really? Oh, that's weird. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, it's not animating, so I need to change that because I wanted this to be a moving attack where you step forward a little. Could it be? It would be here. It would be animation stuff, size, it's used, smoothing curve X, presets constant versus the other stuff. So smooth step, I think. Right? Does that make sense to me? And is this defined as 30 frames? But it's seen is 28 frames. Hmm. I don't like that that is a separate distance or value that's not easily defined. But I know why I have it as custom, so that you can animate piece by piece. Let's see how this one works out now that it's defined a little better, but apparently not enough. Draw as agent animation is where supply kept. Hmm, weird. Tag manager, you have the thing that says animate. If current animate attack has animation stuff, post dot is facing right, current attack, not animation stuff. To start animation, which is a function that connects to a signal, which the signal is not connected to anything because I don't have an animate tool on here. Player agent. Add child a tool script. And then the attack manager and signals. Animate connects to the animation tool. Okay. Right. Run it. Press the button. Nope. Okay. Where's my test player? Your animation tool is placed there. It has no signal. Attack Manager does have a signal. It's going to the animation tool. I have put this in the wrong spot or something else. Animation tool. Here. This thing. Inspector. Thing to animate. That's the first problem. Run it. Press the button. And it immediately broke. Meaning the animation is done incorrectly. Is it because of the 0 in the Y? It might be. I divide by 0, don't I? I do have an error for that, so animation curve is equal to 0. So that would be the Y curve. So the same. Okay, don't have 0. How do I feel about that? Taking the step is faster, man. Um, let's go second half of the animation. Is all of it? Um, the hit comes out before. I think it would be more sensible to be first half starts it, second half has nothing. Run it, punch. Adding? What? It feels inconsistent, especially when walking. Let me run this frame by frame. On the first few frames up until it should stop at 14. Yeah, it's not animating anymore. Okay, if I hold forward and press the button, it's coming out, but I'm still moving. Okay. Huh? Find a kill loop. Okay, run the thing. And the velocity. Does it set it to 0 afterwards? So then if this is set to be linear like this, and the frames were set to be 14, nope. So this is supposed to be 28. And this is supposed to be 14. Run it. Now, I'm not sliding as much now. It should be starting on frame 14, right? Forward and punch, same frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Stop. Yeah. Okay. So it's a little finicky when this is set to 0. It keeps the velocity of the player. Let me try position. I'm not printing position anywhere. I'll go to agent, just the player script. Player position, run it, frame by frame mode. Press the button one time. See where I end up after 14 frames. Okay. So starting from 72, we moved to 85. Right? Any more? Okay, no, 85. 72 to 85, which is 13. And is not what I have defined here. Rounding. It's the tuning that's going to kill me to make all these numbers work. Alrighty. So let's continue finishing the animation. Alright. Then if I hold right and the attack button, 85, we should end up in the same location. Or the same distance away. However, I don't think that is the case. So 85 minus 110 is 25. Okay. Versus the 72. They don't add up to the same number. $110 to 36, so 26 this time. Restart, run it. What is my walk speed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I just... So then it takes my walk speed over the tween speed. Alrighty. That's really annoying. The tween is overwritten entirely by the walk speed. It's also a bit of the case when I go into the stunning, in a way. Because I believe I handled my stuns via tweening. Yep, my stuns are handled by tweening. But they still dash. Let me track velocity. Okay. Frame by frame mode. Dash. So 300 for the dash value. We get hit. Boom. The velocity is set to something else. For some reason, the value just keeps increasing, which I believe is part of the tween. Nope, that's not normal. What? How is this happening? In frame-by-frame analysis, the result is different. That's insane. What kind of timer are you using? What the hell? That doesn't make a ton of sense at all. Maybe this is why people don't normally mess with the property known as velocity in a tween. But I have to mess with the velocity, otherwise I clip through walls. And tweens are the only way to get a smoothing curve that I know of. If only somebody existed that actually knew more about this and could tell me how to animate this stuff better. I guess I'll be making like an attack a day or something, minimum. While trying to figure out what the hell happens here. Oh, is it from a distance? It's fine, but if I do it close, that ends up to be it. And if so, for how many frames? One second. Okay, so it's not inconsistent, it's just a distance thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32. So it hits 0 at that point. And then the velocity starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I should start falling. We start falling. So the tween overwrites it for a small amount of time, and then it comes out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's not too far. If I'm in range of the sprite, I think, yeah. Ruler 56, 56 units divided by 300 velocity is 0.88 seconds, and then it's 60 frames per second, so just multiply by 60. 11.2 frames. This is a weird problem to have now. That's not control. Dash isn't in this at all. It's definitely in the input manager. I know for sure. So many namings. Okay. How long is my buffer? Or input history? It's 20. The tween is longer than 20, I presume. Understand. Type data of the testing hitbox. What is it called? What is it called? Let's see. Where's that node? What the hell is it? Aiming test. Testing, available player area 2D, signal. It's just an active hitbox. That is the one I'm looking at now. It's stunning for 30 frames. It's stunning via tween. I'm very tired. Maybe I should have had a bigger snack or breakfast or something. What could be the issue? Like, why in the world would it be like that? It's so weird to me that it does this. So what could be the issue? I'm gonna ask. See, this was something okay. Different problem. I use okay, a tool to change a property, but I'm also using another script to change that same property, and now my interactive for one, the timer attached seems to not start or is reset when the clean happens. It's such a strange issue. Like, this animate tool is not related at all, actually. Stone manager. Am I not setting like those properties to stop working? Um, so what do we have here? We have HD base is actionable equals true. This blocking stun manager. And then in the input manager we have the other stuff, right? Or is it? No, we have the components which have the stuff. Okay. So let me make a function that's just called dash inward to fix start of movement handling. And let's add a func that is just properties date set. And then let's go with dash component dot is dashing jump movement component dot is jumping attack manager dot is attacking. Does coyote timer have a property? Gravity is falling. Gravity dot is falling, which is currently not used. I don't know what it is. What script would have is falling ever exist? Here, apparently. Falling. Jump handle. Jump. Gravity phone is falling. Fine. Else, it just changes. It's not used here. Where's this falling used then? Why do I have it set it's used? Yeah, I don't. Let me know. I have to remove it to see what breaks, but I don't. I won't. Sure. That was the wrong item. Attack manager, gravity dash, primary hypothesis is fine. Scale. Scale I don't think is as much of a problem, but I'll put it here. Those are the property. Let's just check health. There's that not reference to. Yeah, it's not reference to. Okay. And I think stun manager, which is also not referenced here, I believe. Yep. So those four components make the backbone of this, I guess, and gravity as well. Stalling is not used anywhere. Let me comment them out because I don't see why they exist yet. It's bugging me. It's just bugging me that this exists, but I don't know why. Run. I never fixed that problem. Okay. Let me check the logic with the is dashing property. If it's true, the velocity equals the current speed. And if dashing set the speed. Input manager, let me check the properties here actually. Print. State print. And a print for these, like the first one. Okay, it ignores the gravity component. Sure. Didn't indent. Just fine. didn't print the statement all the way at the bottom. And go to this, comment these out, so I can see what the heck is going on with this thing. You're in range. Okay. Dashing is true. Get hit. It's still true. It's false now. And we fall. Okay. Okay, that's dashing again. Dashing is false. Dashing is true. It stops. What? Okay. Why? From a distance, it should be fine, yeah. Oh, so there's a sweet spot to it as well. So weird. Dashing changes to true? Why? Input history is only 20 frames. The stun is 30. Print, input, history, run it. So that's really hard to read. That is interesting. The, the input history freezes during the tween. Why the hell does the input history freeze, of all things? If that's the case, input history should be running on its own separately. Um, and I think that makes a lot more sense. Input underscore history. So it's checked in the dash handler, it's checked in the jump. Resize and append, what is this? Input filter. That's updating it. This is the choose actions function, yep. Input history. Input filter is only when the player is not stunned. Input filter should always be running. Run. So I should never get that type of error again. Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll keep this state print. It's a nice helper function. Let me give this a filters inputs give me invalid ones first. Should all these be running? Okay, so that logic error is gone now. Um, ah, now I think the only thing left is the inconsistency on the distance you travel when attacking with or without. It's noticeable and I don't like it. This is the only other main bug that I'm seeing right now. How do I fix this? I need to make these as well. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure. Because let's think of the logic here. Is it similar? Is I'm not stunned, but I am being animated. If I track my velocity through the entire thing, I think it might make more sense to me. Go to script, print the velocity rather than the player thing. So, frame to frame mode, button, velocity just slowly reduces. The button plus the thing, I didn't finish the attack. Button plus the thing. It slows down, but only to 100. Wait, what? So it slows down to the movement speed. But they have a similar starting speed, right? Yeah, they have a similar starting speed when the attack is run, normally. Seriously. So thank you. I'd like to see the live feed. So when I press the button, I start off with like 100 and something speed. It's just normal. But when I'm pressing the button and attacking, I start off with slightly more speed. Um, and it only slows down to the move speed. So then, how exactly is that? What is part? For part in animation stuff. Okay, so yeah. Velocity X, velocity Y, the time. Thing to animate is an entity, so ignore that stuff below here. So maybe because the speed is being set in the input manager at a weird time, but we're not stunned, so this is false and should be fine. The stun equals false, which makes sense. And then the movement manager. Maybe I add something to this that like forces velocity to be 0 initially. Just so thing to animate dot velocity equals 0. Right here. Just see. The O's? Was that what happened? Or no? I think to animate wrong typing. Dot vector dot 0. Run it again. I was holding both buttons. Okay. So what if I try to move first and then attack? It overwrites it and the attack comes out without any problems. Wow, I'm surprised that actually fixed it. Amazing. Okay, those bugs are fixed now, and the consistency is significantly higher. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, it has become 5 o'clock, like exactly. So, I'm a bit tired, hungry. My arms feel like there's air in the elbows. Uh, but yeah, okay. Save, close, call it here. Alright, Nasana, thank you for seeing me try to solve some logic problems, and I still need to make the character. I need to make the low, I need to make the high, I need to make the grappling hook attack, which I'm just gonna say is an attack box, not just this other thing. I'd like to make combo UI, and I'd also like to add at least some like debug visuals, so that it's not just hitboxes and hurt boxes. Because if it's only hitboxes and hurt boxes, then it's not really workable.